first 2 years was Brittany doing her thing and me just kind of supporting behind the scenes. In year 2, I got more involved as she started to kind of get some traction. I started having more strategic conversations. We started talking about values and kind of vision a little bit more. When we decided to go all in on the business, I was actually making more in my job than the business was making. So it was a big strategy, kind of a back of the envelope finance math that said, hey, at this growth rate, I think we could make this work for us. It was all about growth because we needed to build the business to create enough cash flow that we could sustain ourselves personally. Years 3 and 4 were really about growing as quickly as possible, as sustainably as possible. So Brittany went wild on sales, and I focused really heavily on everything else. So within that, a few months of joining full time, I took over service delivery, and we were working very heavily on just process everywhere.
My first day at LedgerGurus, I drove down to LedgerGurus headquarters, which is Brittany and Steven's house. I brought my own computer because back then you bring your own computer, and we did a little PowerPoint presentation explaining about LedgerGurus, and Brittany proceeded to tell me that we were about to go meet 2 clients that I'd take over, one of which clients I needed to do my best at because it would make or break LedgerGurus.
If you look back about how we were structured then and now, the processes and the development and how we're structured now, it's vastly different. You can see that in a lot of like our hiring. When I first started, I remember she was showing me her process and she just called people out of the blue and asked them if they wanted an interview.
So my first week at LedgerGurus, it was just like setting up all the IT stuff with Steven and doing a lot of training and talking to Brittany. Christy trained me on transaction coding, bank reconciliations. My first week was just a lot of training and a lot of talking. It feels like with everyone because we were so small back then.
My first day at LedgerGurus had me a little scared. Brittany called me and said, I want you to come and meet me at a potential client meeting. This was my first day. I had only had my first meeting with Shantae about all the technology. So it was a local client here in Utah, and I had to go meet them. I was petrified. They did end up working with us, but I don't think that they really wanted me as their accounting manager.
I swear we were rolling out one system a quarter for a while. It was wild. Literally be like Asana, Bamboo, Breezy. So it was just a non-stop rollout of technology and trying to put processes on top of those things wherever possible. Year 4 was a hard year. We had come, so the 2017 we had an incredible year of growth. We tripled the business. We were feeling really good. And then in that beginning of 2018, Brittany shattered her ankle literally at the very beginning, and we had some missteps in trying to recover from that. And the end of 2018, we were trying to recover from our missteps. So we hit $1 million in revenue that year, but we also made a number of mistakes that we had to address, focusing on better budget management, building up a robust sales team, because up to that point was really just Brittany with a little bit of support by me, and retooling our customer base. For a couple of those years, we had, I think in 2018, we had 4 customers that represented 40% of our revenue, so that's a little scary. I think the year before that, we had 1 customer that represented 1/3 of our revenue. So we were trying to diversify. So in 2019, we were fairly flat in our revenue, but we restructured the customer mix. We built up the growth team. We also, in 2018, in the middle of that chaos, started our journey. Actually, in 2017, we started going down the path of e-commerce, but in 2018, we started going down in earnings. So we spent a lot of time while trying to fix the business, also build up this new specialized focus.
The jump into the e-commerce accounting when we decided to do that, and that was a very new area of accounting in the industry that many people hadn't even began to start to figure out. So that was a big change.
Starting with e-commerce businesses, and that was a lot of fun. And it was nice when LedgerGurus decided to make that a focus, because it allowed me to really feel like I could become an expert in something.
When 2020 started strong, and then obviously COVID hit, and we thought it was over. We did our best to basically, we told the team, take care of the customers. We're going to go get them paycheck protection program loans. Brittany and I spent 2 months, or probably about a month to two, working on loans. Got everybody who wanted a loan. We were thinking we're going to lose a significant amount of our customers. We didn't end up losing any. We also had 2 months of no sales, but then in May, things came back to life with a fury, and we had an incredible year of growth and both revenue and profit. And then I think since then we've, everybody kind of talks about these last few years in pre-COVID and post-COVID. And I think post-COVID we've had a lot of growth opportunities, but we've also had the challenges. And then out of that came, we've had kind of the wonky economy that we've had with high inflation and all these other things.
I'm really proud of what we've built in LedgerGurus in the last 10 years. I'm proud of the leadership that we've built internally. Pretty much everybody who's either on the executive team or one level below, with very few exceptions, have all grown up through the organization, starting at the very lowest levels and growing up as they grew in career and maturity and capability and skills into the leadership that they are today, which is something that makes me really happy. I heard a quote once that says, you can't really consider yourself a leader unless you've built a leader who's built a leader. And at this point, we're several layers down on that. We've built leaders who have built leaders who have built leaders who have built leaders. And that makes me the happiest as far as the internal success that we've had.
We're running like a big company, a bigger company, with all of our, we have a full-on HR team. We have a full-on finance team. We have a two in our IT team, but our operations has just expanded significantly. And now we have a sales tax team, and we've had other teams in the past, but we have technical services and project coordination. That's pretty cool. That shows how far we've grown.
I am most proud of the employees and watch how they have grown into amazing professionals and how they have helped these small business owners succeed.
I'm just proud that I came here and learned it, and I was just taken under the wing of all these amazing managers that helped me.
It's hard to find one person for a company to hire that can do all of the things that LedgerGurus can do now, because we have all these collective experts who have taught us all these different things in all these different areas. So that's kind of like we're more valuable than one person can be.
Externally, I'm really proud of the industry respect that we have, both within the e-commerce industry and with the greater accounting world as a whole. This is not something that I feel like LedgerGurus employees have a lot of visibility into because we are a remote workforce and because we all work from home and we don't have a lot of team members that go to conferences and have relationships with vendors. But as a firm, we are very well respected in the industry. We are asked to speak at conferences constantly. We are on advisory boards for many of the tools. We are a nationally recognized expert in the e-commerce space. So I'm also really proud of that external reputation we've built in the last 10 years.
And I'm really excited to see where we're going to be in the next 10 years and what that looks like. It was such a change those last 10 years. It will be kind of crazy to see where it will be in the next 10 years, but I'm really excited.
And my hope over the next 10 years is that we can take what we've learned and done in this first 10 years and do a better job and continue to improve what it is for our customers and for the team members who are here with LedgerGurus alike.
It's been really satisfying and gratifying to see what we've been able to accomplish within the first 10 years of business. And when I think about what I'd like to see happen in the next 10 years of business, it really comes down to building upon and improving upon literally everything we've done. For me, it comes down to the three core values of everything that's been important to me from the very beginning, which is I want this to be the best career decision our employees ever make, the best business decisions our clients ever make, and I want us to do it in a way that is sustainably profitable for LedgerGurus as a whole. I would like to see us have the ability to create a better experience in all three of those areas in a very meaningful way, while also possibly doing things like expanding into new industries, expanding into new service sets, expanding into new regions, expanding in all of those ways while keeping true to those three core things that have always been something we have deeply cared about. Giving a special shout out of appreciation to those who are really the building blocks of this organization. I know you guys put in a lot of time and a lot of effort day in and day out, not only doing the work, but building your skills and taking a lot of ownership. And it's not missed and it is deeply appreciated. Thank you so much for what you do here. To answer this question in a way that gives people hope, like in the next 2 years, I will be retired by a van by the lake where people can only visit by invitation only.